I was wondering, I'm hearing that at least early on, the relationship that you had to this outside idea could have almost fallen under a description of nature, or some people talking about the universe or whatever
Yes.
higher power. Now I'm hearing an aspect that sounds like it could be the subconscious side of what's going on. How do these things differentiate in your mind between deeper mind, subconscious, nature, etc.?
In 2016, if you remember, I was taking part in a 3 months coaching program with a group from the UK, which was around the deeper mind, coaching through the deeper mind. Now, at that time, I knew there was something there, but that I didn't really fully understand. I knew there was something more than the capacity, the realms of the cognitive mind, the intellect, the abilities of the intellect of creating this change within. I still wasn't able to explain it, but there was a moment when I had a coaching session with was the head coach of the organization, who had some training in neurolinguistic programming. And at that time, I was trying to understand how I knew there was something about the flow state. I knew there was a crossover somewhere. So NLP and neurosemantics was always about being in that beautiful state of in the moment, being fully focused on writing or whatever the task was, and in kind of this light state, and where just ideas would just flow in, problems would just solve themselves in that. I thought, okay, how is what they do different to what we're doing in this field? And so I'm having this kind of intense conversation in this coaching session. And then that coach said something to me, because I was still intellectualizing. I was trying to get it in my head. And as you know, Wayne, with neurolinguistics, one of the presuppositions or the operating assumptions is the map is not the territory. So how we see the world inside our heads is only a representation of what it's really like. So it's never accurate. We might get close to it, but it's always just a representation of what we think it is. So there was very much a focus on being aware of that. So the more we can step back and be aware of that, it's about the usefulness of our map of the world. So we can function better, we can have better relationships, we can have a more high quality of experience in the world, so to speak. But it's never the territory. But then this coach said to me, Mike, what if you have found the territory? And I heard a lot of the teachers in this field of the particular field of the three principles that they refer to it. The people have had a really good understanding of that deeper mind would keep saying, don't listen to the words, because the answers is not found in the words. The answer is found behind the words, before the words have been formed. It's in the formless. And a lot of the experience that these people had was that when they had insights, deep insights, that saw something behind the words, because they listened not at the words, but behind them, where they were pointing. And that was sort of one of those moments for me. That was an epiphany that I just heard, listened behind the word. I mean, if that happened a year earlier, I would have gone like, yeah. But that was one of these goosebumps moments where it's like, oh my God, I just heard what this guy was saying, or where it was pointing. I just, because I didn't listen to the territory, it was like something outside here. There's something outside the intellect, for which the intellect actually arises from. And that's this universal intelligence, which is, and probably I'm going to, in a moment, I'm going to show you a slide from, that's where the iceberg model comes in. And I remember also around that time, or actually, it would have been a year or 2 years earlier, I already sort of had listened to a lot of teachers in this field. And again, I knew there was something a bit like NLP. At the beginning, I know there was good stuff in there. But I didn't know where I was. I was sort of all over the shop with it until I really started. I saw the nature of it, and I could point to it. So I knew that a lot of the teachers in that field was all they had was conversation. There was no techniques used. They just had conversations with people, and then there was some transformation.